Welcome to the MIT IT Innovation Program podcast. This is a repository of insights by thought leaders and practitioners of innovation where they speak about their views, insights, and experiences. Come join us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Enabling Innovation Spirit in SMEs in India. I'm pleased to introduce our guest speakers and innovators, the founding team of Advent Lab. Creative design strategist Maitri Bhardwaj, Principal Innovation Consultant Ishan Dubey, Principal Business Consultant Sarthak Chandra. About Ishan, alumni of the foundation batch of MIT ID Innovation Program, he understands research, design, philosophy, and business predictions. Ishan used to be an electronics and communication engineer back in 2014. Yes, there's a story around it, which he'll share later. He is a telesales scholar turned software testing engineer, turned placement expert in the USA, turned design curator, who then headed towards innovation. As a design curator, he has worked for clients like Gala, Havels, Cello, Birla, Echo, Palmline, Remy, Grazia, and CII. A dog whisperer, a pure blood magician, a tea addict, and avid reader. His love for flutes and Indian classical music jam sessions are eternal. Storytelling sessions, Urdu Hindi poetry, Saj yoga meditation are also a few other things that interest him. About Maitri, again, alumni of the foundation batch of MIT ID Innovation Program, she specialized in critical thinking, user research, and business design. She aspires to resolve, explore, and create solutions to various problems. A major inspiration for her ideations is based on proactive observations and insights gained during the research, humane-centered approach to it. She puts great emphasis on imparting practical and hands-on knowledge to converge together into various diverse frameworks of business studies, social sciences, design thinking, and technology. She is an electronics and communications engineer from Indus University and has worked with PRL Ahmedabad, ISRO, as scientist engineer on an ongoing experiment. She has work experience of 2 years with an industrial IoT automation firm as field application engineer and has also worked as design engineer at HYD Pune. A musician and artist by heart, a chocolate lover, and an admirer of a futuristic visionary blend of a creative mindset with a passion for developing strong ideas. About Sarthak, a commerce graduate with MBA and design thinking certification from Stanford University, Graduate School of Business. He is an Agile Scrum Master, SAP SD SCM certified consultant, Oracle Financial certified consultant, Microsoft Dynamics 365 certified consultant, as well as a Salesforce Sales Cloud certified consultant. He has corporate experience of over 20 years in varied industries, and he has a very rich Indian and overseas experience, having worked for companies and international clients across 3 continents and 10 countries, giving him an exposure of the business environments, markets, clients, consumers, and behavior of people around the globe. He understands businesses, products, processes, and has designed and implemented new products and processes around the world. A trainer, a brand coach, a storyteller, a traveler, a foodie. He has a YouTube channel, which is having a viewership of and a followership of close to 1 lakh followers and about 15 million views on the channel. So before we proceed to listen to Team Advent Lab, I have few updates to share about this session and the MIT ID Innovation Program webinar platform. For those who are joining us for the first time today, I'd like to inform you that MIT stands for the 4-decade-old Maharashtra Institute of Technology. ID stands for MIT's 15-year-old Pioneering Institute of Design. MIT ID's 1-year innovation program focuses on the 4 pillars of design, business, technology, and humanities. The key features and differentiators of this 1-year course are immersions, project-based learning, and humanities. So on behalf of Professor Harshit Desai, head of the innovation program, and the core team, we are grateful to be amongst you all hosting this session today. Today's webinar will have our guest speakers share their insights for the first half hour, followed by questions facilitated by Professor Desai in the latter half hour. This is our 22nd industry interaction this season, and I, Priya Dhawan, Head of Collaborations and Outreach for the MIT ID Innovation Program, welcome you all once again to this thoughtfully curated innovation journey. Once again, a very warm welcome to Maitri, Ishan, and Sarthak. Over to you.
Hey, great. Thank you so much, Priya, for such a lovely introduction. And suddenly I realized that I've really become old. Let's start with now this is probably a new normal with 38 participants and a lot of panelists. Still, there is so much of silence. जिंदगी में इतना सुकून कभी नहीं था. Otherwise, with 40 people in the class, you can expect please mobile phones and silent. So this is the new normal, and probably let's start this new normal with just sharing my screen and show you something. So guys, just keep geared up for the next few minutes that we'll share with you, and here it goes.
Good morning, sir. Tiger. भूल गया. Tiwari. It's okay, boss. It's okay. It's okay. Sir, टाइम बेचने थोड़ी जा रहे हैं. Hurry up. It is finally our core values that will harness the seismic shift, because technology epiphanies are not a result of Lakir ka Fakir Eureka moment. They are systematically produced, and the devil is in the detail. Kya fark padta hai? Plus, the blue ocean strategy is kuch bhi bolo IP driven that favors a backward integration process. बहुत मजा आ रहा है. हाँ तो रहा है. और जो आगे लगने वाली बहुत करारी. वो तो तेरी लगेगी ना साले.
So hi guys, welcome to this lovely evening on a Monday, and probably the worst day of the week with the blues on. But now with post-COVID, there are no blues and greens and whites and yellows, because we just forgotten the count of days and hours, and so every day is a Monday and every second day is a Saturday. So welcome guys, my name is Sarthak Chandra, and I am one of the co-founders of Advent Lab, as we call it, and I welcome all the lovely participants who could take out time on this Monday to come and listen to us for a half an hour, and if you permit, and if you really love us too much, another 15 minutes. And I think that's what Priya will allow us to do. So the next 45 minutes dedicated to you guys, open to a lot of questions after that, whatever you have. So let me just give you so Priya has been kind and given us a lovely introduction to all of us. And I want to start today's session not by something, but by what we just showed you. A typical Indian or a typical organization, which is just bound by rules and regulations and how we work and how I operate, which I have seen in the last 20 years. I've been working with multiple companies in India, Australia, New Zealand, UK, US, etc. And that's how companies have operated. But now is the time for the change. And yes, my friends, even if you don't want it or want it, change is inevitable. और अब हमको इस नए नॉर्मल में जीना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अब आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं है. So coming to what we have and what we bring to the table and what we at Advent do, again, let me tell you the story of how three of us met, and then you will understand, and then I'll go into the main topic of SMEs. So it was actually about 2 cups of tea, one dog park visit, and the COVID. So these three critical factors were the factors how this Advent Lab was born. So all of us are avid dog lovers. That was one thing common. And in fact, that's where we met, in one of our dog parks, where the dogs were having fun and we were watching it. and it's like a circus. No, it's normally a circus for the dogs where they see humans who they aadmi, and they have the real fun. Okay, so we had all gone there on a weekend, and I normally get time on a Saturday or a Sunday, so I was there. And I started speaking to Maitri, who was there, and Ishan was not there at that moment. And I learned about what programs you run at MIT. And if you ask me, I was thoroughly motivated, engaged, and happy to see what they've been learning. Because I was instrumental in setting up the innovation lab at Infosys, at Capgemini, at Vodafone New Zealand, at BP in UK, and a couple of places in Finland and in the US. So, and which was about 7 8 years back when innovation was just a concept or a term that organizations used to show how progressive and futuristic we were. But I have been working constantly on innovation for the last about 8 to 10 years. Uh, and when I learned about what they've been or what Ishan and Maitri have been learning in this program, that conversation took a new level because of COVID. Now, incidentally, all of us stay in the same apartment in Pune. And again, because of the dogs barking, one day we again met and said, "Oh, who's the dog barking on the another floor?" And we just kind of met, and again, "Oh, the same person. Oh, you're the same guy." And we met a couple of times. And for the first 4 meetings, incidentally, we didn't even know what our names were. And one day he said, "Sir, आपका नाम क्या है, sir?" मैंने बोला, "अरे अरे तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?" So after 4 meetings, and when we were thoroughly impressed that we'll be doing something, we came to know what our names were, because normally we get identified by our dog's name. So I was Flash ka papa, and she was Tipsy ki mama, and Ishan was Tipsy ka somebody else. So Trippy. Sorry, she's so touchy about the Trippy thing. So that's how we met, guys, and that's a lovely thing. But that's how it started. And things grew over the last couple of months, and when the last about a month or so, we decided that uh, there is a lot of opportunity. In fact, being a highly optimist, and when I quit as a senior vice president for Infosys in New Zealand and returned to India 2 years back, I was absolutely very sure that once the COVID hit us, and about a month or so when nobody realized what had happened, but April, it was high time when I also knew we had to do something, because we cannot be sitting at home and be cribbing about it or waiting for something to happen. So I seriously believe that you cannot just be waiting here, sitting. You need to go ahead. You need to go for the change, because it is not the constant. So that's where it all started. The thought started in terms of, is there something we can really take to the markets and offer, which is something which is very futuristic? And that led to the birth of Advent Lab, which I'm sure you know, all learned people here, which is more of emergence. We said emergence is one thing that we loved as a name in terms of Advent, and I think Ishan and Maitri will add to it once they come up. So we came up with this, where we said that we will work on innovation as something that we want as a mindset to happen to organizations. And then when it came to organizations, after constant thinking, re-engineering, talking, thinking about what we want to offer, I had worked with some of the global corporations around the world for the last 2 decades. And I realized there is one great opportunity for the SME segment, which is the small and medium enterprises, or the micro and the medium enterprises, and even large corporations. So organizations of the size of, say, 40 to 50 people, who normally believe that innovation is a huge term for them to implement. Uh, we tried to come up with models, with architectures, with frameworks, with lenses, with toolkits, with a lot of stuff to enable the culture and the mindset of innovation, especially in the small and medium enterprises. And that's why my focus was, since I consult a lot of these companies in India, and one of my clients was going through a phase where I could see that there are a lot of pain areas. I could see that there is a lot of change that could be brought about. I could see there are a lot of people who can bring that change. I could see that, but still they were not ready to go in for that mindset and for change, uh, thinking that innovation, mega visioning, trends, and these are terms which are for huge corporations, global corporations, and cannot be done for smaller units. So our focus was that how can we establish products and solutions where we could take out to organizations, and no matter what size you are, maybe a 10-member organization, a 50-member, a 100-member, 1,000-member, 100,000 members, still can you get onto a mindset of innovation, implement it, have the right people do it, and then take it forward. So our solutions at Advent were also innovative solutions which could be implemented across different sizes, shapes, and different types of organizations. So our first client, which we are working on, because we are very, very lucky that just in a week of our formation, we signed up with our first client, and we are already in talks with a lot of more people in terms of bringing a lot of stuff and some of our core products that we have brought in the market. So we'll discuss more on that, and you don't need to listen to just me, the Buddha, the senior most. So I'll need rest to take up an asthma shot and take up some water and let the youngers take over. So I'll ask Maitri to now take over and tell you about what innovative products we have. They're very simple, but yes, innovative, and what we do, especially for SME, MMEs, and the different corporations. So over to Maitri, and the advent starts in front of you.
Yeah,
Maitri.
thank you for a nice introduction, Sarthak. Hello, everyone. As it is mentioned that I'm an alumni of MIT program, so I would like to share my journey that since the studio test happened in August last year, we've been uh, we've been having a lot of modules in this program, and then we chose some of them and had projects in them, and then slowly we got realized that yeah, these are our specialized sectors, and we even like done it with other our student uh, innovators and all. So yeah, so we came up with our proprietary frameworks that we've made, and we want to deliver it to the organizations. So innovation, as we say, is not something that had to be mixed up into a batter or something. It should be the core part of an organization and how the way it works. So here I would like to present you our three offerings that we offer at Advent. That is AdCheck, Advent, and Branded. So AdCheck is Advent Design, Advent Diagnostic Checkup, in which we do diagnostic checkup for organization for their assessment based on how innovatively matured they are, so that we apply frameworks here, and I'll explain it later. And then we have categorized those organizations in four sectors that are beginner, traditional, scaling, and advanced. So in beginner organizations, the innovation relies primarily on the heroic individuals, which is performed in very little and formal process. Because of lot of bureaucracy, they do not have that much space to breathe in. So here we have a type of framework so that we can penetrate through their processes and deliver desired outcome to them. Second, traditional organizations have centralized R&D and innovation processes in them, and they're responsible for that. R&D center is responsible for whole innovation and development in them. So that is different level of organization. Third is scaling. So scaling part is focused on building innovation capabilities in business units. So they are divided in departments and then they have their own hierarchies going on. And fourth is advanced, or we can say matured innovation organizations. So they are open for that space. They can have their innovation team, but still they do not know how to imbibe the culture or imbibe the mindset in that. So they are coordinated with innovation across entire organization, or they outsource this, these type of requirements. So here in ATCHIC, we have four stages. We can say that as a stage, which is applying of innovative maturity matrix or framework, or it has questionnaires, so that we would interview and get the as a state of the organization. We can know, we can ask, we can interact with them, and what and identify their pain points at as a state. Second one is the implementation state, in which we have given a wisdom framework. So in this, we assess their wisdom, their employees, with how much wisdom they carry or hold in terms of skill set, or in terms of how much knowledge they carry. So we have certain parameters to have assess or score them in these. So as reactions, their adaptiveness, their expressiveness, their desires. Even these can have various, or you say, clusters in forms of involving conscious intellectual activity, like such as thinking activities or reasoning activities, how they perform in each layer of that. Then other parameter could be responsive inhibition at a given situation. So we can have a situation activity, or how they perform under stress, or how they learn on their self failure, or how much they're iterative in their process. Then again, on what grounds they are having their decision making capabilities. So is it empathy driven decision, or they have vertical depth of the knowledge, or have a horizontal width in a particular field or particular skill set. So these are certain parameters which we have matrix imbibed in a matrix, and we are going to apply it on an organization, and then we filter 20 or 25 people, or we can say an innovative team out of them, so that we gear up it and then prepare for that innovation culture and innovation mindset in their own organization.
Okay, so I'm sure you've understood what amazing things Maitri has explained, 30% of which I could not even understand. क्योंकि इतना बढ़िया MIT ने इनको सिखाया है on innovation mindset, that the amazing terms that they use which I did never got of. क्योंकि हम बहुत देसी, बहुत पुराने, विचित्र, एक अलग जनरेशन के लोग थे. So, but obviously that's an amazing structure that we brought in our first product, where we do a diagnostic checkup, because most of these organizations, as you would correctly know, there is a huge, people in Pune would be witnessing this. There is a huge thunderstorm here in Pune right now, and it's just amazing outside. So in the midst of such weather, where we are enjoying the weather too much, most of you would know if you are from the industry. आधी हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इसी में मरी जाती हैं. जो पापा ने बिजनेस चालू किया था 67 में, पापा साइकिल से आए थे और उस जमाने में वो चटाई बेचते थे. आज वो चटाई से हम एक 190 करोड़ की कंपनी बन चुके हैं, और पापा आज भी आते हैं. लेकिन जब पापा अच्छा कर रहे थे तो पापा ने बेटे को कहाँ भेजा? लंदन. अब बेटा लंदन से एमबीए करके आ गया. अब बेटा लंदन से एमबीए करके आ गया है वापस, तो उसको कुछ तो करना ही है. बट पापा इज द सेम कल्चर. पापा knows how to save money. Beta knows how to spend it in the pubs. But he's learned and heard about innovation. He's learned and heard about new technologies which he wants to implement, which is not wrong, but that's what happens. There is a conflict. So along with the product of Advent, when we talked about AdCheck, there are tools, frameworks where we can identify people to become ready to innovate and bring about that mindset. But what was lacking and what I brought in that we are doing is once we identify those people who can bring about that mindset change of innovation and process enhancement, is where we take them through a 2 to 3 days of deep dive coaching and mentoring session. So I have designed and we've designed that session where we take those few people identified into a 3 days deep dive mentoring and a coaching session where they are trained on various aspects of how they can use these various tools, forms, structures, uh, grow, work around the existing processes and bring about that change of mindset, which can really hit the business hard. So it could be directly on your sales numbers, it could directly be on your process enhancement, it could directly be on your cost saving, or it could be on any other aspect of business. So there is a rigorous training and mentoring program that they undergo. Now, what happens with most of the organizations, you train a lot of people and you're expecting them to perform. And what happens is most of the consultants, I would not name, but most of the consultants will give you reports, swanky reports, amazing management terms, and they say, sir, आपके बंदे ready हैं, मतलब I'm giving you 10 ninjas, अभी ये आके फोड़ देंगे, ये स्पाइडरमैन एवेंजर्स की टीम ले लो सर, ये एवेंजर्स की टीम में एक हल्क भी है, एक कैप्टन अमेरिका भी है, ये भी है, वो भी है, and end of the day it's Thanos who takes all the cake away. But we don't leave you with just the Avengers with you. What we've done as a last stage of this first product that we are offering is that we are including KPIs. We are developing KPIs and KRAs for this team, which goes to the HR and it becomes a key area of their performance. So we also help develop KPIs and KRAs that could be part of that core structural team, and we monitor. So we don't de-alienate ourselves from the time of giving a solution. We stay with the organization for the next 3 months and 6 months, where we where we handhold them and we work on their KPIs and KRAs and how the organization is growing. So there is an objective way of studying over a period of time how these guys are implementing that change. And only once the organization, the MD and the top management, they are satisfied that yes, our people are going on the right path and there is a positive mindset change that is visible, is when we start moving away and make them independent. So that's what our first product AdCheck does, where we start from, as I said, Maitri said, diagnosing a pain point area or an area of improvement, to identifying a team, setting up KPIs, KRAs, and putting them on the right path to that mindset change. So it's the full cycle where we train them, handhold them, and actually put them on work and show them the results. So this is what we do, and then to the second product, which is a very interesting and a very exciting product. And I go over to Ishan, who will take you through our second product that we offer in the market. Ishan.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you Priya for such a warm introduction. Uh, about the second product, as Sarthak told, it is called AdBid. AdBid is Advent Business Innovation and Design. So, as the word suggests, as the name suggests, it is not only business, it is not only innovation, and it is not only design. It is combination of all three. So, AdBid is a process which is ever changing. I mean, I do not want to put it into some strict parameters that we do, or this is a process that we do it step by step. But yeah, so in AdBid, generally we start with redefining the problem of a customer from the desired from the as is state to what is desired in the business, and then we associate those problems through various Adbit filters. Now, what are Adbit filters? Adbit filters are a part of mega visioning exercise that we have created. It's an in-house product, and these are futuristic filters. We put various filters to a single problem, and we try to envision the future of the particular business, that what direction the business is heading towards. Then we combine those results with our Ox research. Ox research is basically Advent UX research. So here, user experience research is not a single 5-step design research. We do it through Mega Visioning Toolkit and ideas. So now, how to put ideas to Mega Visioning Toolkit, and what is Mega Visioning Toolkit? Mega Visioning combined with it's raining heavily here. So Mega Visioning Toolkit combined with Adbit filters in a very simple language, I can say it gives you a hypothesis, or it gives you a futuristic scenario of a particular business. Or let's say we do the future studies, we do study the as a state, and we do try to project where that particular business is heading towards. And then from there, we move towards the business model innovation in a very agile method. Again, as I said, I do not want to put into some strict parameters that how we do business model innovation, because as we all can see, that situation around us is very, very different. Like the COVID era is ever changing. Every day we are listening, we are coming up across different ideas, we are coming up across different solutions, and we are coming across different kind of businesses, and no one knows what is the future ahead. No one knows what to do next, and no one knows what to expect next, like how the situation will move from present to the new normal, how it will move ahead in the future. So quite opposite, or I would not say opposite, but in business, in Adbit, we don't do the typical design process, because quite different from it. We take a hypothesis which is based on our Adbit filters and Mega Visioning, and then we take that hypothesis, and then we take it to the market, to the users, to the actual users in runtime, and that's how we validate it, that whether it is good for the business or not, whether it will generate output or not. So this is Adbit, and yes, we do use in-house products that we say. It's a new thing for us also. It's a combined it's a combined effort of future studies. It's a combined effort of design thinking. It's a combined output of business model innovation. So all of it put together and to generate the value to the customer is what Adbit is all about. So I think Maitri can give you an example about Adbit, or Maitri.
Yeah. As you must be thinking that where did Adbit should be applied, in what type of businesses, or how it will apply. So Adbit, as we say, it is a business innovation design. So we rethink the problem, we redesign the problem of an existing product or service business. And then let us take an example of, for an example, Fitbit. So a company who make products like Fitbit. So for an example, a wearable band, a fitness wearable band. So it, for this COVID era, specially made for COVID-19, that untouchable band would help us to get rid of the unconscious habits like touching one's face or nail biting or touching eyes. So these type of scenarios or cases we come up with and place it in front of our clients, that yeah, you can make products or your services according to what is happening around you and what is on the table right now. So as I was saying, that the untouchable band would have features like it will train your mind every time you touch your face or mouth, it will generate a mild vibration or anything alert type, so that you would get rid of that touch every time tactility to your face. Or also it can come up with temperature sensing IoT enabled things. So it will continuously uh, like take your continuously check your temperature and generate alert or notify when you will you could be sick. So things like that, products like that, and innovation in those products will be like delivered with through this adbit feature of us.
Also, you there are many products or there are many services where you can see what are the future trends, what are the mega trends, what are the mini trends, and what are the ongoing trends. But the important part about this is you can only innovate if you know how to act upon that particular trend. Let's say shared economy was a trend that was predicted in pre-COVID times for 2020 and 21, but as we all can see that the whole thing is pivoted, the whole thing is changed. Now the shared economy is not growing. We cannot see it growing as of now, but yeah, it will grow, or it will develop, it evolve into something different.
Also,
So how to act upon a particular future trend is what Adbit do for our customers.
also, like as you mentioned, shared economy, maybe in some industry that would help, but in automobile it is not going to, because of this COVID scenarios. So things like this, we analysis under these adbit, we have our own toolkits, we have our own frameworks, our lenses, and as we say, we have our macro drivers of how who from which we can look at it, what is happening around us. So yeah, over to you, Sarthak.
So great, so guys, this in gist what we do. So if you really think about our core value proposition, and if I have to put it for a layman or a businessman today, the reality is that we've undergone a tremendous change. Being in the industry, and I know a lot of people being there. March first week, we were just traveling around. We were on flights, and we had our plans, we had business plans, we had investment plans, we had product plans, which have just gone for a toss. No matter whether you like it or not, things have changed and have drastically changed, quite for the bad, and that's what I've been observing for the last 4 to 6 weeks. And this will take a long time to recover. No matter what people say, if you ask me today as an analyst working across the world economic zones, if not at least 2 to 3 quarters, definitely when we are even just thinking to see the other side of it. So the times are different, and but हमारे यहाँ भी लोग बहुत धुरंधर हैं. आप कंपनी में जाइए तो सब रॉय चौधरी बैठे हैं, सबके पास अपना एक एनालिसिस है, और सब ऊपर वाले सोचते हैं मेरा एनालिसिस सही है, अरे अभी सब ठीक होगा, अरे बहुत बढ़िया चल रहा है, बहुत बढ़िया चल रहा है, चिंता मत करो, हो जाएगा हो जाएगा. But हो जाएगा will not work, guys. हो जाएगा will not work. We have to change, and as I said, we cannot even be sitting and waiting for the change to happen. That a lot of organizations are doing. रेस्टोरेंट्स नहीं चल रहे हैं, अभी क्या करें सर, नहीं चल रहे हैं, होटल्स नहीं चल रहे हैं, तो मैं क्या करूं, मैं नहीं कर सकता. But there are a lot of ways. I mean, if I just take a simple example of a restaurant which is having an in-dine services which is not there today, so what do you do? Do you work on hygiene? Do you work on restaurant? Do you work on the service staff? Do you work on a rewired menu? Or can you develop a small play area for a child so that somebody can have a meal peacefully? Or you can have an option of a no dish menu card. I mean, that I was just thinking. So you have a set of ingredients. You have a set of ingredients, and you give a set of ingredients to the chef, and let's see what the best he can prepare. Probably that's what I called innovation. I mean, I'm an old man. I don't understand too much about frameworks. But that's how businesses need to work. That's how you need to work. And that's how we need people to understand that there has to be a change. So when you talk about our key value propositions, we are working around such strategies of consulting and bringing these to the markets for all segments, big or small, big corporations and small and micro enterprises. We need to make people understand how things would change and how innovation would make things. So somebody asked me, innovation, sir, sales badega kya? Innovation says sales nahi badega. It's a mindset. It's just a process. It's a procedure. I can put you on the path, but what will happen is definitely with respect to a lot of things that we do. So our key value proposition, if I may put it to the market today, is bringing that mindset change. Using research, using micro trends, using visioning to get you on the path to future. And that's what we will do. And just to end it, which we were not sure whether we'll put it in today's presentation, and with you having the senior most kind of, we are all 21 years old, and that's how we all look like. Yeah, please, no audience. So what we did think of that we'll disclose, but just as a sneak peek, I'll give you that people have been doing innovation and innovative practices. What we've been trying to do add on in the last about 2 to 3 weeks is we are trying to develop products. So it will not just be pure consulting, guys. There you'll see certain innovative out of the world, and if God's with us and we get a right team, we will come up with some definitive products in this space that people have not seen in the world. So be ready for the change, be ready for the emergence, and for our competitors, hello, we are there. And for our dear friends, collaborate, or we are there. So guys, thank you so much for listening to us. You're open to questions, any sorts of questions we will love to answer. The one which we don't know, hum bahut badhiya se taal denge, or the one which we think we have to answer, we'll definitely get back to you. And the ones which we definitely don't want you to know, we will never tell you that. So please open the floodgates to us. We love to hear you.
Thank you, Sarthak. Thank you, the Advent team, and a big round of congratulations to you for this new start and sharing the insights with all of us here on this very wonderful evening. Yeah, I mean, there are few interesting questions that are already cropping up, but I had something which I wanted to anyways discuss with you
Yes.
as we are on this forum. Means what were the key challenges? Means you have worked in the industry across geographies, across different sizes of company, all of that, right? And all, Ishan and Maitri, you also have your own experiences. What has been the biggest challenge when it comes to whatever, means thinking in an innovative way, or implementing or bringing about innovation? What do you put as the biggest challenge that you have faced?
You want to put in, or should I start?
Yeah, maybe you can first talk about your experience that you have.
So probably I'll take you through. To make it short, but take you through that phase of the last 20 years.
Sure.
2001 till 2006, I believe we were learning. We ourselves were learning. We were just opening up the new sectors. I was with the bank. I was with insurance. I was with retail. So we ourselves were learning. We were learning banking. We were learning retail banking. We were learning insurance. So we were getting a lot of things. So that itself was new. 2006 to 2010, various phases of the financial slowdown, and we all know that. We were hit financially, and the reason was because of that learning, we tried to accomplish things which were unreal.
Okay.
So across all sectors, we were trying to implement things which are unreal, and we were grounded. So we tried to make and do new things, but we didn't know the impact. So it was impact. Let's do it, and it would either turn a complete opposite. So there was this huge impact that happened that we saw across the globe, which was 2008-9. We were devastated.
Yeah.
2011 is when we again stood up and said, boss, now made sense. So the last decade has been when we've realized that yes, we need to think, we need to re-engineer, we need to innovate, we need to bring about changes. But because of that 10, 15 years of working,
Hmm.
the mindset itself have become very conservative. So
Okay.
in spite of a lot of people trying to innovate, trying to enhance things, trying to bring in that change,
Hmm.
they are very comfortable in that zone. So Newton's third law of motion.
Hmm.
When I am at a state of rest, let me be in a state of rest.
Rest.
Why change? So why change has become the biggest factor. Arey boss, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. IT guys, pardon me, but I was there for 10 years. End of the day, everybody wants शाम को 6 बजे घर चले जाए, कोई escalation ना आया हो. शांति से बिना escalation के घर चले जाओ. That is the task of the day, and that is day on day. So that's the problem is mindset, and we are not ready to move and bring about that change.
Okay.
And that's the reason why we have not been working on creating new products,
Mhm.
creating new avenues, and rather just trying to service.
Mhm.
So that mindset change or that change कि हमें बदलना पड़ेगा या बदलना चाहिए, sorry, बदलना चाहिए नहीं आ रहा था, जो किसने किया? कोरोना. आपके पास ऑप्शन ही नहीं बचा.
Option. You have been
You
pushed
didn't have
pushed
an
to the
option.
corner. Mm.
You were not wanting to work from home. Companies were not wanting their people to work from home. But those same MDs are happy today. Sarthak, I'm at a 20% productivity growth working from home. It's so amazing. I meet CEOs, I talk to management people every day, and they are thrilled. They are
Mm.
thrilled. 80,000 people will permanently work from home from a large corporation. And they are amazingly thrilled. AC band karo, cost cutting, no paper, no coffee. And people are working better. So the mindset change, or mindset was the problem which was not happening,
Happening.
which Corona has triggered 20 times.
Mm.
So
True.
now it will happen. It has to happen. Somebody who still doesn't want to do it, Corona ले ही जाएगा boss.
Obviously, they can't afford to wait for another corona or
Exactly.
a similar pandemic.
So if you ask me, the challenge has always been of the mindset. The
Mindset.
challenge has always been the willingness.
Mhm.
The willingness.
Totally.
Ishan and Maitri, I think we spent a lot of time in essentially, in fact, the first course that we started the program with was of innovation, mindset change and mind shift.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
would you want to kind of connect up with some experiences or pinpoint
Yes.
something which kind of adds?
Yes, definitely. As Sarthak just told that post 2010, the financial slowdown post 2000, in 2010 it ended, and the impact started coming after 2010, and that's when I started my graduation. I was in college and I was studying. The problem of mind shift, I totally agree with it, because I was gaining, I was grasping the education or the things that were way old, a decade or maybe older than that, and I have to apply that into something where there is need of innovation right now. So this is one thing, and what like courses like Dashless Dash and Innovation Mindshift in innovation program, I realized the same thing, that how hard it was to think for me a product, a simple product which needs innovation. So that's when the braiding and the juggling in my mind started, that okay, we need this innovation mind shift. So it was of a great value to me, and I think it is all what past experiences and learnings we carry, and where we are applying to. So that is all it is about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since the studio test, we've got to realize that we were given stuff, and then we were just had a brief that we have to make something innovative out of those things, and come up with an idea so that we, like, the jury could be convinced in on 1 hour or so. The brief was just that, and then we have to think that what prototype or what sketches and how we have to convey all of these factors certainly came into different modules in the innovation program. As you said, that first we went out for 2-3 days, and we were made to play games and various activities. We just made to be together, like how to understand each other, how to introduce yourself to somebody, and then those little things turn up into little pitch exercises. So every module has to have a presentation, what you learned from this, and what this converted you, and what are your takeaways from these modules. So we have to pitch it again, and then as 5-6 modules happen, and then we were like trained in that mindset that, yeah, if you are talking to somebody, just pitch it, do not talk it. So as the same happened with Sarthak in the dog park, we were just I went with my dog, and then I pitched him that, yeah, our innovation module runs like this, and these are our takeaways, these are our new learnings, and we have our frameworks in our hand, but now we need that space, that how will we apply it in the like market. And so the COVID happens, and as we saw, that future came very fast to us, and now it got implemented in this time. So we were expected that in this 6 months we will deliver a grad project, but now we are here with our ventures. So that was different.
Great. Thanks, Maitri and Ishan, for adding that. I think there are two related questions from the audience, which I think I'll just open it up, and then you can decide how to answer it. So one is Pranjali is asking that because Maitri, you mentioned about the Fitbit as an example. So whether do you look at Fitbit as a product proposition or as a service proposition? So I think this is one of the fundamental questions that we also come across, that how do you kind of look at product innovation with a service innovation, and then there is also a layer of business model innovation that you already have as a part of your bouquet of your services. So if you can just break it down for the audience to understand.
So as I mentioned, that it would like industry like this will make an untouchable band, that is Fitbit, which will have some of the parameters which will justify this COVID area. So right now, if we consider that band, we will have a product innovation as an outcome out of it. But if we attach customer engagement in that, or develop an app, or develop a subscription model out of it, and what we do in our Advid offering, that we have toolkits and lenses, so that we would generate strategies around that product. So it can be a product innovation and can be converted into a service innovation, so that customer engagement will be there in that.
Fantastic. And again, you mentioned lenses. So there is also a question on how do you find trends, micro trends, macro trends in any market. So maybe you can throw some light to it. Again, this is part of what you have learned in the program, and it's also part of the services that you are offering. So how do you look at trends as a thing?
Trends, one way of coming up with a particular trend is to observe what is going around you at present, and then taking it back, taking the history of past 1 year, and finding out what new things are happening around you, what new behavior changes are happening around you, what people are going towards, what they are seeking actually, and what kind of products are developing over time according to their needs, and what it could lead to. So one thing is asking why 5 times of every event or every happening that is happening around you. It's a very basic practice, but let's say TikTok it's a quite famous product. So when TikTok emerged in the market, why it emerged in the market, what are people actually craving in that, what are people getting out of it. So ask 5 times why it is happening, so you will get the core answer to a particular event. So that's a small part of how we analyze any event or anything going around, and then build a trend over it. So this is one process.
Even after building a trend, we can apply it like in that wearable band. As the COVID era is there, so we consider sustainability, we consider less tactility. So less tactility is influenced by the trend that people are more hygiene concerned, people are more like sustainable in their choices, what to wear, what to get, what to have in their, like in their periphery. So these how trends influence and they act as one lens in our advert.
One, I would rather say the most difficult question goes to Sarthak. That because whether it's design, whether it's innovation, or whether it's doing anything new, I think there is a lot of uncertainty that kitna milega. Okay, what's the return on investment of all these efforts that I'm doing? Whether it's investments in the research, the R&D, design, and now in innovation. How does one go about tackling this very difficult question? For me, at least, it's difficult. We have ways to kind of answer that, but I think you can throw some more light through your experience, because I'm sure you have answered this question before in in a different way many times.
In fact, I wrote it here as well. So I thought rather than pushing it through, I'll answer it so that everybody can listen to it. Yeah. So when it comes to ROI, I mean, see, ROI, one is how and what people understand what return of investment is. And ROI cannot be on the P&L account. Now, I'm using the same terminology and I'll explain it for a layman. So ROI is not on a P&L account straight away. Okay. Everything cannot be on a P&L account. For example, motivation. Now, how would the whole world calculate an ROI on motivated employees and demotivated employees? Okay, so when it comes to ROI, it's very important. If I need to answer a businessman that मैं आपको 1 लाख रुपए देता हूँ 1 महीने का, मेरे को कितना मिलेगा? What a lot of people in fact still ask me when I do brand coaching, and I'm a brand coach, so I say that I'll take your and I'll make sure your brand positioning improves. और सर वो सब तो ठीक है, लेकिन आपको मैं 2-2 लाख रुपए महीने का दे रहा हूँ, ये जा कहाँ रहा है और मुझे कैसे बेनिफिट मिलेगा? So ROI for me has to be a critical element in the time of strategizing and your core objective definition. Okay. Now, what does that mean? Is that I need to very well understand how will I quantify the change and how will I observe कि इसको मैं quantify कब और कैसे करता हूँ. In fact, when we talked about ad check, if you remember, that's what I said. Most of the consulting companies, even myself, when I used to do it, we talk about trends, we talk about frameworks, lenses, this. We'll predict, take you on this path, etc., etc., etc. And we say, okay, we'll leave you at this point. उसके बाद क्या और कैसे? That is the critical objective, that how do you actually quantify and observe and read what is the net impact. So that has to be a part of my objective definition. That मैं आपके लिए mindset लेके आऊँगा, मैं ये innovation culture लेके आऊँगा, जिसकी वजह से क्या होगा वो आपको identify करने के लिए उनके KPIs और KRAs define करने पड़ेंगे, which may not necessarily be a one-to-one finance impact. But it will definitely look at the bottom lines. So if I'm saying that even if your productivity in the next 3 quarters goes up by 10%, so I will take that as my work that I have put in. Normally people say मेरे लोग double shift काम कर रहे थे. बॉस नहीं, आप मुझे हायर कर रहे हैं, आपके लोग डबल शिफ्ट इसलिए काम कर रहे थे क्योंकि उनको मैंने खुश किया था. They were motivated to work. So it is very important right from day one, like for a lot of startups as well, to quantify, identify, and then write and explain how you will be measuring the ROI. That may directly not relate to a definite P&L account, जैसे मैंने आपको बोला, ये investment, ये return. अगर आप उसको day one से ऑब्जेक्टिफाई करके चलते हैं कि मैं उसका एक नेट इम्पैक्ट कैसे क्रिएट करूंगा और वो इम्पैक्ट स्टडी कैसे करूंगा. The problem is we propose always our solutions of consulting. This is what we will do. And we never take a buy-in कि सर इसकी वजह से ये चेंज आएगा, ये आप देखेंगे. अब इसको आप कितना क्वांटिफाई करेंगे ये आप डिसाइड करिए. So if you see things moving on the positive direction, that means your ROI has started. And then you directly relate it to your numbers. So ROI के लिए जो मैं मानता हूँ, which is transparency in my output and efforts.
Understood. That's a pretty.
And if you maintain that to the top management, you normally, I have seen they are pretty okay with if you have done the right thing.
I'm sure it may vary depending on the size, industry, and all of that. It will keep
everything. So you have to, like for example, very critical. जो सबसे ज़्यादा companies में होता है, SOW sign हो गया. You signed in the SOW, you signed in the in scope, out scope. Now when you start interacting, at the first pain point identification or areas of improvement, you realize, boss, this SOW will not work. This in scope, out scope will not work. And then you never go back to a client and tell him that. When do you go back? When you are delivering. EUT में बताएंगे, end-user testing में बताएंगे, नहीं sir, ये तो possible ही नहीं था. Had you had told him that 11 months ago while signing the SOW, that sir, on the present SOW this will not work.
True.
Let's redo it. So the client will be happy. In fact, clients are happier when you tell them on their face, sir, आज नहीं होगा.
नहीं होगा, yeah.
The problem is saying no.
Beating around the bush. True.
The problem for us is saying no. And client is the king. Client is not the king, my friend. Go and watch that movie Made in China. You'll know what a client is.
Great. Thanks. Thank you for this very rich insights, and I think they are very interesting takeaways for everybody here. Although we are running short of time, but I can't leave this without asking a question on storytelling, because that's a common thread which unites all of you. So maybe some interesting bit on importance of storytelling, or maybe a story itself could be a good way to end it. So, because I think brand storytelling, all of that, I think maybe your YouTube journey itself could be an interesting way to top it off, or Ishan may have to add something to this from a storytelling point of view. Ishan, you're mute.
Ishan, you're mute.
Yeah. So actually, each and every day, our day ends like this. Like we talk about Sarthak's YouTube channel. And then we fantasize about what we can eat and go out and what the new normal would look like, and then we create a story around it, and then it's a goodbye.
Fantastic.
So yeah,
So
Sarthak.
also weather helps in that.
Also, it's kind of Lonavala here. I mean,
So the only story that I can think of is a bike ride with some tea and some bhajiyas in this fantastic environment.
That's you just hit the bullseye.
Great.
I mean, storytelling, I think, is again one of the most critical parts of our work, because I think that's what all of us do with the client, and it's all about that story and about that niche. And in fact, one of the other questions that has just come up is again, I know he's one of my dear friends, Sujit, who's there on the call, I think. Again, a great entrepreneur, and I'm glad he's there. So storytelling and then creating a niche out of what you can deliver is probably the way going ahead, and that's what we will be doing. So apart from being a generic storyteller or आओ हम आपको कहानी सुनाते हैं, we will focus on a niche, and to that niche, we will have stories that would come up with solutions. Yeah, that's, I think, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time, and thank you for this wonderful session. On this note, we will end this. Priya ma'am, can you just take this over and conclude now?
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So for more questions, do reach out to us offline on LinkedIn. A round of thanks to our participants for joining us today, and special thanks to our guest speakers for their time and the value-add takeaways from their journey. We encourage you to connect with us via our social channels to know more about the MIT ID Innovation Program and upcoming webinars and online courses. I'd like to invite you all to our next webinar on Wednesday, 1st July. Our guest speaker is Ms. Parvati Menon, Managing Director of Innovation Alchemy Consulting Private Limited, Founder CEO of Fresh Harvest Private Limited, who will be speaking about driving innovation in your life and career. So please register in case you haven't yet. For those interested in enrolling for the one-year course, we have last few seats left for the second cohort of this prestigious program that will fast-track your career path. So log on to www.mitidinnovation.com to kickstart your innovation journey with a diverse set of co-innovators. So thank you once again, Sarthak, Maitri, Ishan.
Thank you.
Yes, it's raining outside, and you should actually